Hey, this is Chris with Chris Ownbey's Golf Fitness. Today we're going to go over one of the moves we see on the range called the sway. And the sway just means sway away. So if we sway away from the ball, of course that's going to change our ball position. And the sway is just basically when we sway away from the ball. Our hips get outside the ball. And then when we come in, we got to basically slide the other direction. So that can be caused from three things. Number one, biomechanically, it could be from how the shoulders are turning. Number two, it could be a lack of internal mobility of your hips. And as we get older, our hips get a little bit tighter. So if it is the internal rotation of the hips, I'm going to show you a strengthening exercise and also a exercise to loosen up the piriformis or the muscle that's going to cause the hip to be tight. So number one, if we have a tendency to set up to the ball and we sway or laterally move off the ball, it could be caused because of our concept of the golf swing. So if I ask you if the golf swing is rotary or elliptical, what would you say? Of course, we've heard rotation, 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 but actually it's going to be elliptical. So if I stand flat and if I turn, I agree it's rotary. But once I invert 31, 33 degrees in this position, now it's actually rotary. So if we get up over our ball and we think it's rotary and we do rotation, we're actually going to laterally move off the ball. So if we rotate to get to the top, then we're going to laterally move off the ball. So the shoulders are actually going to move underneath you. So if you putt with your shoulders moving underneath you and you pitch underneath you, why would you swing rotary? So my suggestion is if you can putt and you can pitch, then you can play. So put the club in the hand, just push straight back, wait till the chin gets in the hole, make sure you can see your ankles, and I'll take you to the top of the backswing. So again, that's going to help with a lateral move. So I'll do it from the front. So I'm going to push it straight back, chin gets in the hole, and there's no lateral movement. Another thing you can do that makes it very simple, which Hogan used to do, is we'd flare our feet. A lot of us like to be square because that feels athletic, but actually our hips got to internally rotate 36 degrees on the backswing. So by keeping your feet flared and I push, it allows me to internally rotate into that right hip and get a little deeper so I don't sway. The next exercise, this exercise is called an X walk. You can get these bands off my website, but X walks, I like to do them here. I flip it over, I raise it, and then I walk doing an X walk. And I'll go, and again, just because of the camera, but I would walk all the way down and all the way back 2 times. Do that, that's going to strengthen this muscle called the medius on the side, which will basically help you from going to the right. The next one is a stretch. And the stretch, just get you a chair. You can do it on the ground, it's called a 90-90, but I basically get on the chair, put my leg over. Everybody's going to have one hip that's higher than the next. So from here, I'm sitting tall, feet on the ground, and I'm just pushing this left hip down. And you're going to feel a big stretch in this left piriformis on the left side. So I'm stretching, I'm just pushing down on that hip. Let it come up, push down, hold for 5 seconds, lift back up. You're going to do that 5 times on the left. Now on the right hand side, which is my higher side, is the one, most people's right side are going to be a little bit higher. I'm going to push, hold for 5, and push for 5. So these are 3 things that you can do. So if you have a tendency to laterally or sway off the ball, it can be a movement pattern issue. So instead of going around the body, go underneath the body. It could be a physical issue. It could be the mini, and max in your glutes. So I showed you the X walks. And you can also, it could be a flexibility issue, which is sitting down, putting your hand and pushing. So try these three things. Get rid of the sway. Let's go play some golf.